Katie Silver there. Now, finally on Business Today, what does it take to be a leader? We know that hierarchies exist across all species, whether it's presidents or chief executives among humans, or leaders of the pack, or queen bees in the animal kingdom. Well, today is National Leadership Day, and our next guest believes we can all learn something about leadership from bees. Philip Atkinson is a leadership expert, also a beekeeper, and he joins me now from Basel in Switzerland. Fascinating subject, Philip. Your research zoning in, I believe, on bees' survival instincts. Tell us more.
That's right, yes. Bees have survived for millions of years, but they're constantly evolving to meet the needs of the different environment and what is happening with the flowers and our the weather systems, for example. And my call to action is for all leaders to keep evolving with new ways of working in society at the moment.
Okay, tell us more about the main things that you think business leaders could actually learn from bees and their behaviour.
Thank you. I think there's three things. The first is actually just to take more notice of what is happening inside a complex system. Businesses today have many different moving parts and stakeholders, as we've heard on the news today already. And we can't use old frameworks to understand the simple hierarchy of command and control. We're encouraging leaders to stop, to pause, to think, and to understand more what is happening in order to affect change and evolve and grow with the system rather than fighting against it.
Obviously, this is a subject close to your heart, and I'm sure you talk to business leaders about it. I mean, are there any kind of direct comparisons that you can point to between things that bees do that business leaders could adopt in their workplace?
Now, we're not pretending everyone should work like bees, but one key thing is about communication. And we do know in this world we need to communicate effectively. And the bees communicate not just what they say, but how they say it. They communicate with passion, with energy, with emotion. And in the dark, in a busy, noisy beehive, the bees get their message understood about where to find flowers.
And what about managing conflict? Because that's obviously something that many people in the business world are concerned about, even in our personal lives as well. How do bees manage their conflict between them, and what lessons could we learn from that? Thank
you. Conflict is all around us in nature, and there's conflict for resources and space and how the bees work. And in work today, again, I'd like to help people step back and just observe and not get stung and notice what is happening and call it out. Be more self-aware before we get into conflict situations.
One thing that stood out for me from your research is that a lot of the examples you use relate to female bees rather than males. Why do you think that is?
90% of the hard-working worker bees in a hive are female, and only a small, tiny percentage are male. The males actually can't even feed themselves, and at the end of autumn, the female bees kill off the male bees.
Well, there you go. Lessons for all of us there. Philip Atkinson joining us from Basel in Switzerland with all the insights that we can learn from bees in the business world. Thank you for joining us on Business Today. And do stay with us here on BBC News.